Hey guys, what's up? This is Independence, and this is going to be an add-ons video. I'm going to show you the add-ons I use, how you can use add-ons to your advantage in Arena, the configurations I use, and how you can use them to help better yourself in Arena. Let's go. Okay guys, first off, you probably notice Xperl at the top left of my screen. So, up here, this is what I use for my unit frames. As you can see, I'm in a party with two people right now. This is how I use my Arena. When I play Arena, this is how I use my unit frames. I usually have mouse wheel scroll up to target the first party member, which right now is Sickening, and I use mouse wheel down to target the second party member, which right now is Isaias. And I press down on the mouse button to target myself. Right now, I was doing BGs, so I unbound that. I usually bind it specifically while I'm doing Arena. Now, the settings that I use to make this like this, well, first off, when you open up the Xperl unit frame configuration, you can click and drag stuff everywhere you want. See, I can do this. So right now, basically, the way this works is my unit frame is right here, all the way to the top left. Right next to that is my target frame. And then next to that, there's two little frames right here. The one on top is the target of my target, and then the one on the bottom is the target of my target of my target. I do that so this way I can anticipate swaps, if I see someone target someone else, or something like that. Now, for my party frames, I use a 65 spacing when I'm doing Arena, so that way the debuffs show clearly underneath. I have a little bit of width. I have a 25 extra width. And I have it so that it shows their targets right above their little extra width area right here. So I can see who my teammates are on, I can see their health, and etc. Now, if I'm in an RBG, all I have to do is open up Xperl, go to Party, uncheck Show Party and Raid, and then when the party makes it a raid group, convert to raid, all I gotta do is open this up, show, and boom, I have all the raid frames right here. There's only 3 people in the party right now, but it fills up right here in a perfect 5x2 column. And these are the settings I use for raid frames. Now my focus frame, let me target myself, /focus. I have my focus frame right here. Why over there? Because that is where I keep my Gladius. Gladius is an add-on I use in Arena. It helps me see the enemy health, their cooldowns that they pop, trinkets, dispel, mana, all these things. So what I do is I put my focus frame right next to it, right over here, so this way I can see what my focus is casting and what everyone else on the Arena team is casting. It helps me. You don't have to put it there, but it's really wherever you can see it the easiest and what you think will help you the most. So basically, right now, we've gone through Xperl and Gladius. Here are my Xperl settings, my global settings. You can pause the video right now and look at it if you want to copy them. My player settings, target, focus, party, all. Now my Gladius settings, general, announcements. I don't use the auras. I use the cast bar, basically default. Class icons, pretty much default. I actually have it set so right click is my focus and left click is target. DR tracker I do not use. Dispel, basic, default. Health bar, default. Highlight, default. Layout, basically default. Power bar, default. Tags I altered. Everything is the same except for health bar left text. I use a name. Health bar right text, excuse me. I use health short rather than health percentage, so I can see how much health they have exactly. Don't use target. I use timer on default. I use trinket, except I use a grid style. It's easier to see. And profiles. Now, interface, add-ons. Battleground Targets. This is what I use for when I'm doing RBGs. It helps me see enemy frames. I can see, how many healers, DPS, or tanks the enemies have. You can right-click them to set your focus to them. You can see their health. You can see if some are stealthed, and this is the settings I use. Next add-on is Omnicc. Okay. Look at the bottom, my holy shock. I use that to have a timer on each cooldown, rather than just have, no timer and just see the little ticking thing go back and forth. So I like this because it helps, and it gets red when the cooldown's almost up. You see my holy prism now has a 15-second cooldown. I know how much time is on each cooldown. With wings, you can set this to show minutes or seconds or whatever you want to show. Skada is this little add-on at the bottom left. I use default settings. I just use it to, see how much damage people are doing or how much dispels, something like that. Tidy plates. I actually use the gray damage setting. And these are the settings I use for it. You can pause the video at each point. I actually check these. And next would be GladiatorLoSa. This is the add-on that you sometimes hear in my video. I use it in Arena. I use the volume at 0.5, and I use no throttle. Now, what this add-on does is, I basically have everything checked so I know what's going on when it goes on. It tells you what is going on in an arena match, basically, or anywhere you want. It tells you when enemies pop cooldowns, what cooldowns they pop, and this is what the default voice sounds like. Lichborn.
Lichborn.
IBF.
Icebound.
Cocoon.
Live Cocoon.
Ascendance.
Ascendance.
Kil'jaeden's Cunning.
Kil'jaeden's Cunning.
Recklessness.
Recklessness. Recklessness.
I like having the ability to hear when a cooldown is popped, especially if people pop multiple cooldowns and I can't see it on Gladius. It's very important. And you can only have one focus, so you can only monitor one cooldown unless you're constantly swapping focuses, which a lot of people do. I mean, if that works for you, do it. I don't use any custom settings. My profiles are, my profiles. Everything is basically checked in this add-on. Now, how do I get it to silence the game sound but use GladiatorLoSa? Open your system and then go to sound. You have to enable sound. You actually don't have to enable music or ambient sounds, but I have them enabled anyway for when I want to change the audio. I have the master volume at basically whatever you want it, and you have to silence sound, music, and ambience. That way, you don't hear the game sounds, but you still hear the add-on sounds. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe if you think this helped you, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.